Good cross link. Daniel! Greg Daniel!
Hello and welcome back to Footy's Finest. I'm your host, Tom O'Dell.
And I'm your other host, Lucas Nuttall.
Today we welcome ex-FC United legend Greg Daniels.
Greg scored arguably the most important goal in FC United history, gaining his promotion in 2015. Now goes on to play for AFC Bury and currently Prestwich Hayes. How are you, mate?
I'm very good, mate. How are you?
Thank you.
So before we kick off, we're going to ask you a bit of a different question, just like we do with any of our guests. What's your favourite aftershave?
Don't want to sound posh, but I'd have to say Creed.
Oh, I do like a bit of Creed, to be fair.
Classic.
Depends on you wash it, so you get your money's worth.
It is good, it is good.
So let's get into it now, Greg. Firstly, let's talk about that goal against Stourbridge. What did you think? When it hit the back of the net, what were you thinking? Just what were your thoughts?
I'd say it was like more relief than anything, because obviously we'd done well all season, and it was one of those games where it's 0-0, just dragging on, and not much going on at either end. So when it went in, yeah, mate, it was just relief. And then I tried getting to where my mum and dad and that were, like over the other side, but I think I made it halfway before all the lads just piled on me.
Been piling on.
Then wanted to see the game out after that. And obviously when the final whistle went, it was just mayhem.
We've been piling on the pressure all game, haven't we, to be fair? Should have had easily 2 or 3. Easily.
Yeah. Remember Shelton, what was his name?
Shelton Payne.
Shelton Payne, yeah, he had a good chance, didn't he? It was like cleared off the line.
Well, Greavesy had lots of chances. He had 2 in first half.
Yeah. But that's one of them games where obviously we had most of the ball, but you can just see them like nicking one up the other end, can't you?
Yeah.
One of them. But yeah, managed to do it in the end, didn't we?
Do you remember what minute you scored in?
No, I could have a guess though.
Do you want me to remind you?
I'd say 70. That's what it says. That doesn't say my name as well.
Of course it does. It's your name, Daniel 69, mate.
69. Well,
Perfect, mate. Loved it. So, overall, about that entire season, what was it like, sort of, with all the lads in the team, and what made it work?
Yeah, we had a top dressing room that year. I just think it was
very tight knit
team. Yeah, I mean there was other teams up towards the top of the league who sort of sold a few players to like league clubs, so they probably had sort of better players. But we just had good characters. Obviously, there was like me and Jerome and Wolfie, Birchie. I could go on in terms of the characters, and I think that's what in like tough away games, like always one that stands out in my mind was do you remember Hales Owen?
No, not a clue, to be honest.
Oh yeah, exactly. So it's like Hales Owen away, proper dump of a football ground, and like not many teams went there and won, and we went there on a horrible day, and I think it was Linney that scored, and we won 1-0, and it was just one of those games where everyone just needed to fight and dig in, and there was probably 6 or 7 of those type of games where obviously those points were probably what got us over the line just because of how close we were, and we're still all in contact now.
Yeah,
and I think that's like just down to the way we were with each other in the changing room and on the pitch.
No, it is good that I honestly do think that was one of the best FC United teams today. To be honest, it has to be. Yeah, it has to be. I mean, we that's the highest we ever got. Do you know what I mean? Obviously we came back down a couple of seasons ago, but it was. I mean, I was still like what? We were like 12, something like that.
I was 10.
Yeah, 12, 10 when we won that league, and it was. I mean, that's why I got it in my arms. It's such a big moment for us. And I was like, I remember going to school and the next day bragging to everyone, I went on pitch last night. We're brilliant. It was just every week were fantastic to watch.
Yeah, it was. It was a good year. Good year. Can't believe how long ago it was.
I know, yeah, it's crazy, time's flown, hasn't it?
Who do you reckon was the best mate in your squad then for you?
I was close with Matt Warwin, actually.
Matt Warwin.
Remember Matt Warwin, Jerome, but Jerome's like close with everyone just because
Rory said the same.
Yeah, top lad.
Top man.
Do you Jerome?
Pardon?
You still speak to Jerome, like?
Oh yeah, I speak to him all the time. I absolutely love him. He's a hero, isn't he?
I'd say them two, Walwyn and Jerome. Luke Ashworth as well.
Yeah,
Pretty close.
good one, isn't
Yeah.
he? Who do you reckon then in that team that season best footballer? Just like down to it, technical best footballer. I've always thought Callum Byrne myself, but
Yeah, that's who I've got in my mind. Yeah, when you said technical, then I was thinking who was technical, and I'd say Callum Byrne. And it's a shame he stopped playing like pretty close after the season. I just think he just was not that keen. I don't think. I think he just got fed up. But in terms of like on the ball, I don't think I ever seen him lose it.
Yeah,
he weren't that fast. He weren't that strong, but he was just like, just the ball never went 2 yards away from him. He was just dead tricky and always had that close control. So yeah, I'd say him. In terms of like a player, in terms of like being effective, I'd say probably Greavesy.
Yeah,
just
going.
Yeah, just thought he had that knack of like the ball would just be pinging around the box, and it just seemed to fall to him every time, and he'd just put it in.
Did you like Greaves and then being in the same squad as him for a fair few years? Obviously, him being a top striker.
Yeah. So I always just kind of played just behind him, really, didn't I? Like in a number 10 kind of position. And yeah, just whenever I got the chance, I'd just give him the ball, because he could just finish it. 9 times out of 10, he'd put it in the back of the net, wouldn't he?
And obviously, you two went to play to Bury together, didn't you? The new form Bury.
Yeah. And he was, when he come to Bury, I think he was about 35 then. So I thought, it's probably not going to be the same Greaves as when I played him at FC, but mate, he was exactly the same. Still fit, still fast, and still banging him in every week. So fair play to him. I think he's still playing now back near where he lives in Yorkshire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, manager.
Yeah, player manager.
Yeah,
I think.
player manager.
Yeah. Could go on for a bit longer, I reckon, as well, because he keeps himself in good shape and that.
Yeah. Runs physical, doesn't he? Just like a sports camp, innit? So he's always active.
Yeah.
Top lad though as well. He had a great personality.
Yeah, he was good, mate. He's funny as well. Funny guy, Greasy. You have to get him on.
Oh yeah, I know.
You have to put in a good word for us.
Yeah, you might have to pay for him.
So moving on now, the trip to Detroit after that season. Obviously, I was how good were it?
Oh, it was class. Class. Oh, was you there? Yeah.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah.
So all I remember from that trip, really, obviously, apart from the heat, I think that's the hottest I've ever been playing football, mate. It was ridiculous. But I always remember that the fans that they had, like about an hour before the game, I think they started in like the town centre, just chanting and cheering through the whole of Detroit until they got to
the ground.
Yeah, I'd want it. I didn't expect that, obviously, in America.
I didn't expect that passion.
Football. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but yeah, that's what I remember from that game.
The connection from the fans on that, just that, not drawing that trip alone, but them few seasons were just the second to none, weren't it? Really, like after the game, seeing each other and all that. But I don't see it nowadays ever being like that ever again. To be honest.
No, we all went out, didn't we, as well? Like their fans and our fans all together in that bar in Detroit.
You can't get it anywhere else, do you?
I know.
So with FC, there's you get a lot of away days anyway. But what was the difference with FC with the away days, and what was the most memorable one for you?
Well, there was a few. The most memorable one for me was Torquay. Remember Torquay in the trophy? Yeah. So even though I'm just thinking of like the trip, to be honest, like the coach on the way back, even though we got beat, yeah, it was just like a party bus for about 4 hours on the way back.
Look, about 2,000 there, didn't we?
Yeah, it was mad. It was a mad game. So I think we could have got something out of that game as well. Like I think we got beat 1-0 in the end, but like we were the better team for a lot of it. And yeah, they just scored late on, like 80th minute, I think it was. And then yeah, trip home was a good one. And I always remember Kings Lynn as well, because that was obviously a far one, wasn't it? Like a good 4 drive away. And I always remember we beat them at their place 2-1, and then obviously the trip home back from there was a good one.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Well, the game before Torquay in the FA Vars, you probably remember it, Chorley away, when we came back from 2-0 down and ended up beating them. We ended up drawing with them, actually, didn't we?
Yeah. So with that one, I remember I was in Dublin. I was on my sister. I think it was my sister's birthday. I went to Dublin when we played Charlie away, and then I played in the home leg in the replay. And I think Greavesy scored in that one as well, didn't he?
Oh, that's if you watch that replay, it's unbelievable goal. That
Yeah.
His man and just place it in top corner. That's a proper goal. But he scored two. He scored two in the away game as well, in the away leg.
Yeah. No, that was good. That was same year that we won it. That we won the league. That won it. Yeah.
And just such a good squad, weren't it?
Mm.
Pretty sure we're at the quarterfinals, Torquay, in the FA Vars. 2 steps from.
Yeah, it was quarters or semis, weren't it? No, quarters. Yeah, quarter final. But I think we were the only sort of team from our league in it at that stage, weren't we?
100%.
Yeah.
So what would it have meant to you if you managed to get to Wembley? Because obviously there's players in League One clubs that don't get to Wembley, sort of thing. What would it have meant to you to get there?
Yeah, I think it's like every player's dream in it to play at Wembley. But obviously, when you play non-league, you probably think it's never going to happen. So obviously, with that, we thought, oh, we're doing well, but probably not going to get there. And then we just kept winning and kept winning. I think we beat who was that team? I remember it was the day that we had our Christmas do, just before Christmas, and we played someone in the league above, and we beat them 4-0. And they were obviously doing well in the league above, so we thought we've got half a chance. And then we beat someone else, and then we got to the quarters, Torquay away. And it's one of them. If we would have beat Torquay, you can beat anyone then, can't you? Because they're pretty much like top of the conference now, or near there or thereabouts. But yeah, obviously to play at Wembley, I mean, it's still not over yet, mate. Still got a few years. Might get there one day.
So what do you reckon's best goal you've ever scored then in your career?
Best goal?
Not like, so obviously that one for FC against Stourbridge, that's probably the best, isn't it? But actually,
yeah, that's memorable. Yeah, best goal ever scored. I don't know. It's a tough one. I mean, I'm talking like I've scored loads of worldies. I haven't.
There's some good ones for
Bury.
Been some good ones for Bury, haven't there? I've seen them on YouTube.
Yeah, the one I scored for Bury recently was all right. It was just like sort of 25 yards out, just sort of at an angle, and just curled it in the far top corner. That was a good one. But yeah, all the goals I seem to score are just that sort of half decent. I never seem to get screamers or out like that. But yeah, I'd say that one in my most recent games that I can think of, probably that one.
But Greavesy never really scored a screamer, does he? He's just a finisher, isn't he?
Yeah, he scores all types. To be fair to him.
Tell you,
yeah,
a worldie, Callum Byrne.
Yeah,
Score a proper worldie.
I think I know which one you're on about. Yeah.
In the league winning season, he scored. Well, I thought it would goal of the season anyway. Like, I can't remember who we were against, but what's that team from Liverpool?
Marine.
No, the other one. We hated him. We absolutely hated him.
Yeah, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh yeah, proper dump there.
Them at home, he scored an absolute worldie, and I remember it because I was there. Oh,
yeah.
So
yeah, they were good, weren't they, as well?
Yeah, but I hated going. I hated it.
So do you know, with like obviously with Margie, the season you went up, what was the relationship with Margie like on and off the pitch?
Well, to be fair, most of the time with Margie, it was all right. It was a bit of like a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
You know, he loved me, I hated him. Nah, I'm joking. I got on with him well, to be fair, but I feel like at that time, because we did have a lot of characters in the dressing room, what he would do is sometimes if he wanted to leave someone out, it would be like me or Callum or someone else, one of the younger lads. And that's when we had fallouts. But generally was all right with him. I got on well with him, and I seen him the other week, actually. We all went out. Yeah, we went. It was like Brown. Remember Liam Brownhill?
Yeah, I saw it on Greasy's.
Yeah, he's just been going through a bit of stuff, so we all met up for a beer watching the football. Margie came and Walshy and a few others, And yeah, it was good to see him. Like, we 90% of the time we got on pretty well, to be fair.
Well, I saw him. He came to an FC game the other week, and he's doing really well for himself. And he's lost loads of weight.
Yeah, he has lost a load of weight. Yeah, I think it's just stopping the drinking and that. Just
because obviously that last season.
yeah. Mm.
You were speaking about the dressing room. Then, what was got any funny dressing room tales for us?
Got to be a couple.
We've got to
Putting me on the spot here. You know what? There were so many sort of funny guys in that dressing room. Obviously, Jerome is who he is. He's always have his clothes off. And do you remember Spen? Do you remember Spencer, the goalkeeper?
No.
Spencer.
Was he the younger one?
No, he was the massive, tall one, like curly hair.
No, I don't.
Don't remember him. So he never seemed to have his clothes on as well. That was like in service stations, coaches everywhere.
Never had his clothes.
What?
Just never had his clothes on at the service.
Never had his clothes on, mate. No. Once, remember Tom Brown?
Yeah, Tom Brown.
So I think it was the Torquay trip actually, because obviously it was a proper heavy one. That obviously it's a good 5-hour drive, and about 2 hours in, we get stuck in traffic. And obviously the coach just erupted. Everyone was buzzing that we got stuck in traffic because we got an extra few hours on the coach. Tom Brown was only about 18, 19 at the time.
Was he?
Obviously, had because he's younger than me. Because I was been 21. He was been 19, something like that. And obviously, I had a load of beers. And then at the service station, I think someone pushed him into the, where the bags are underneath the coach.
Yeah.
So obviously the coach sets off, and we're all thinking, "Where's Tom?" Left him at the service station. Oh, he'd be all right. But anyway, we get back to TGI's in Whitefield. He's under there, stuck under there with all the bags. Yeah, he must have been like comatose, passed out.
Brilliant.
But yeah, there's just loads of little things, that had happened with the lads like Jerome and other people. But putting me on the spot, I can't think of too many at the minute.
Imagine Jerome being just a comedian in that dressing room.
Yeah, he was.
He's like he's got two personalities. He's a comedian, but then when it comes down to it and it's game time, he's proper screwed on. Isn't he?
Switches. It's
he's got a temper as well. He has got that side to him. Definitely.
Were you there when we played Benfica when the new ground opened?
Yeah, I played I think I played the first half. Yeah, that was mega day, wasn't it?
Brilliant. There were so many people there.
Yeah. I remember like a while ago was like I had a look at the team sheet, for them just to see if any how I like playing. Yeah, I think a few of them are like playing like Portuguese Prem. I think one was playing in Championship in England.
Yeah, there's some young wingers.
But yeah, I remember him being very good.
The goalkeeper plays for the first team now, I think.
Oh, does he?
Got his shirt up there as well.
That next to
Pardon?
Is that next to mine?
Oh no! So must have lost you.
You have to post as a new one.
Yeah, I got Tom. What was the so you talk about how good our fans were on trips like the Tri. What was your relationship like with the fans? Because obviously me and you had a pretty good relationship, I'd say.
Yeah. Oh mate, I loved it. Like it's not just saying it, but say we'd be playing and we'd be losing 2-3-0, and the noise level would just stay exactly the same.
Yeah.
Get beat, and there'd just been no sort of animosity or no sort of booing or anything like that. Because I think with FC fans, it's like more than the result in it.
Yeah,
it's more like what the club's about, and I always appreciated that. And same with my family. Like my family still say to me now, like, "Oh, we miss the FC games just because of all the songs and stuff." And yeah, it was mega.
You have to make a surprise appearance and come back. Come stand with us if you want.
I went to a game last year actually. I went to when they played. We did play now. I think it was Ratcliffe Borough.
Oh yeah, I saw you actually. I saw you.
Team, yeah. You not come say hello?
I did actually. I don't think you remember me though.
Always remember you.
So,
Tom's special.
Yeah, we're gonna move on to something a little bit different. Have you ever been on a game show before? Just out of interest.
I've not, mate. No.
What's your favourite game show?
I like the Chase actually.
It's kind of a pointless.
Do you know what? To be fair, I have a soft spot for the Chase, but we're gonna do a game show today called Tom's Quickie. So
Right.
it's an infamous one around these parts. So what it is, it's just 15 quick fire questions. Don't take it too serious. First thing that comes to your head, just spit it out. Yeah.
Oh, he's setting up his.
Aye.
Get yourself ready.
Yeah. So I was sipping my brew.
Good lad, no worries.
How many sugars? That's not a question.
I'm down. I'm on 1 sugar now.
Oh, must be dry.
Got 2.
That must taste awful.
Right. So, question number 1: what is your favourite day of the week?
Saturday.
If you won £1 million, what's the first thing you'd buy?
Car.
Are you scared of the dark?
No.
If you had to change your name, what would you change it to?
Tom Greasy's got it.
Lucas.
No.
What's the best compliment you've ever received?
Greg.
I don't know, actually. Struggling with that one.
Bless you.
What's your favourite film?
Kill Bill.
Top film, to be fair. If someone comes to you to ask for help, what is it usually for?
It's normally the missus asking me to lift something along those.
If you were on a talent show,
Say that again.
what would your act be if you were on a talent show?
I can do the worm.
What's your favourite city?
Barcelona.
Would you rather be stuck in a ski lift or an elevator?
Ski lift.
Who's someone that you've met that's changed your life?
I'd have to say the missus.
A bit of
Well
hesitation.
done. Brownie
Hugh
point.
Brown
What do you spend too much time doing?
on my phone.
What makes you feel old? Not that you are old.
Probably my airline. Looking at myself here in this camera.
Hey, it was the same in 2015.
I know, mate. That's actually how much it's hang on.
What do you find difficult that others seem to find easy?
Scoring goal.
Yeah, probably sport. Seem to be decent.
What's a film that makes you cry?
Oh, mate, I cry all the time at films.
I've got like that recently, you know.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest.
I always have to cry at that, yeah.
No, I can't say I've ever watched that, to be fair.
No, neither.
Oh, mate. You know what? It's like I said, Kill Bill before. It's between Kill Bill and Forrest Gump.
You cry at Kill Bill.
No.
Anyway, so that's the end of the game show. Yeah, you haven't won anything, but you do get to tell people that you had a quickie with Tom O'Dell, so keep that in mind.
Won't tell the missus that. So we're going to go on to a bit post FC now, time after FC. You spent Rami with a lot of FC players by the seems of it. What was it like a connection between Rami and FC or?
I think Dean Stott signed for him, and then I think he started recruiting us.
Yeah.
Ended up so I left FC. I went abroad for 6 months just travelling.
Yeah.
And then came back, went to Trafford for a few games, and then I went to Rami. Dean sort of got in contact and asked me to go down, and then obviously I went, and then I got Jerome to come, and then even think Greavesy came for a few games as well.
Yeah, he did.
You know what? We had a good team at the start. We started that season
because you inherited a champion winning squad, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and obviously it was the league below that we won as well. So we was top of the league after 12 games or something like that, doing well. And then a few lads just left. Someone went to Darlington, someone went somewhere else, and then we still did all right. But I think we finished sort of mid-table-ish, 9th or 10th in the end. Yeah. But if we'd have kept players, I think we probably would have gone on to at least make the playoffs.
Well, Chaddy's just gone manager of Rami now, hasn't he?
Has he?
Yeah, that they've had him for a longer time, haven't they? Rami's manager, but yeah, David Chadwick's doing it now.
Right, yeah. I know they've been struggling this year, I think, haven't they?
Yeah, near bottom, relegation battle now.
Yeah, mad.
Won't be surprised if he brings in a few ex-FC players, though. He's got probably a lot of contacts, hasn't he?
Yeah. They do need, because there's only it's one of those clubs where it seems to just over the space of a year loads of players are leaving, loads more will come in. You know, so I think it'd be.
FC are struggling with that right now at the moment because we seem to be going on a bit of a cycle of getting players on a 1 month loan. They leave after 1 month, then we're left with like 5 players out of the squad, and then we have to get 5 players on loan again.
Yeah, you drop a lot of momentum. Really, it's not.
Well, they get like players on loan from league clubs in for like a month,
and then after a month, and if we're lucky enough, we extend them. But most of the time, they're pretty good players, so they'll have a good few games with us, and then they'll leave, and then we have to like restart the process again.
Yeah.
Not very sustainable, but it's tough when you got a budget.
What's the team looking like now? Is it doing all right or?
Well, 10. When you look at it, we're only 5 points off playoffs, and we've got one of the lowest wage budgets in the league. To be fair, well, I think we have got the lowest wage budget.
Yeah,
he's done a good job, Reno. To be fair,
Yeah.
I
think he's just.
They always have had, in terms of budget, they always have had a low budget, and I think people that never played for FC often thought that you were on like loads of money, but never been the case.
You with all the fans and the crowd, we get like double the crowd, we get like triple the crowds of some teams in our league, and you'd think that'd help the wage budget, but obviously we're in a lot of debt with the stadium being built.
Yeah.
So, but it's one of those things. If you don't have a stadium, what was that?
So that's where all the money's going then.
Yeah. One of those things. If you don't have a stadium, you can't play, can you? So, background share for the rest of our life.
Yeah.
So sort of like moving on, even after Rami, how's the football life treating you now?
It's all right, mate. Yeah, so just at the end of my time at Ramsbottom, I first game back in pre-season, just went over on my ankle and like did my ankle. Just thought it was a sort of just like a 4 to 6 week job. Turns out like I missed the whole season with my ankle because I needed an operation, and it got cancelled and got moved back and everything else. And then it was the rehab, and it was like a full season, and then a couple of months into the next season, and then played for Cheadle for a little bit with Brownie, and then it was like a COVID season where it got, halfway through it got stopped, and then I signed for, because my mate was the assistant manager at Prestwich, and he had a bit of a fallout at Bury with the manager at the time. So I went to Prestwich, played for a little bit there, or like pretty much a full season, and then I did my ACL at the end of last season. So just still recovering from that now. So it's been about 7 or 8. What's that?
Horrible injury, ACL, innit?
Yeah, it's horrible. But because you get told sort of 6 to 12 months, for the rehab.
Yeah.
But been about 8 months now, and I'm getting there, but still a couple of months out, I think.
So he's obviously very, very similar to FC, aren't they?
Yeah.
What did you think there? Did you enjoy it there?
Yeah, it was good. Like the fans, I wouldn't say they were as like vocal and as loud as they were at FC. Do you know what I mean? But they turned up in the numbers, to be fair, and it was good. And obviously, we had a good team because of the budget and the pull that the club had.
That was just same as FC when they started off. We had an unbelievable team because we had just flew through the leagues.
Yeah. But obviously went up, but they didn't like breeze it. It was they did lose games as well. But obviously they did have a good team, and we was enjoying it there. It was all right. But then it happened where Prestwich put, when they put 7 days in for a player.
Yeah, 7 days.
So, Prestwich put 7 days in for me, and pretty much a couple of days before that, I had a big argument with the manager. Nothing too serious, but it was just sort of that and that happening together, and I just thought, I'll leave and go and play for Prestwich. But whilst I was there, I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was good.
So do you think you sort of got drawn to Bury because of the link you had with FC United, or was it more just an opportunity you got given and you just thought, I'll just grasp it?
It was the opportunity, but obviously I'm from Bury myself, so a lot of mates are Bury fans, and a lot of my mates go watching the new Bury.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a thing you want to play in front of fans, don't you?
It's a big draw.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because most clubs at our level, it's like 200-300 fans. It's a big difference playing in front of 2,000. So that was a big factor in it. Yeah.
To be fair though, there is teams now they're getting a lot more crowds than league teams, a lot more crowds. Seems to be in FC's league that last season might not have had that many fans come to Broadhurst Park, but this season seen like some 300, 500. Stalybridge showed up last week with about 150. So it's getting better, and it makes it better for both teams then, because the other team have got team to dog when we beat or.
Yeah. I think more people do go and watch non-league now, don't they? It's like more real football, more affordable for everyone. Yeah.
FC United versus Stalybridge than Man United Barcelona.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, obviously, with your football career as a whole, when do you sort of see yourself hanging your boots up and saying, I've sort of, that's where I want to draw the line, or do you just want to keep going?
Next week?
I don't know, mate. It's I'd say I've got a few years left, but obviously in the past few years, I have had a couple of big injuries, and that's stopping you from working and everything else. I'd say if I had one more bad injury after this, then I would. But I'd like to think, obviously, get myself fit and just play at the level that I'm at now, just for another sort of 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Just drag it out.
You mentioned,
but yeah, it's one of them where I'd stop as well if I stopped enjoying it. Do you know what I mean? And I still enjoy Saturday at 3 o'clock, still enjoy playing, still get a buzz from it. So, another few years, I think.
So you said about your work life then. What do you do? What fills in?
I'm a PE teacher in a high school. Yeah, in Prestwich. So
very similar to sort of.
Yeah, it's kind of similar. Yeah, I think a lot of lads sort of do the same kind of thing, don't they? Like coaching or PE teaching or whatever it may be. Yeah,
even like just like a gym PT. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So do you ever do you know when you're playing or when you played at Bury, were you a teacher then?
I've been a teacher now for about 5 years, but when I was at FC United, I was a scaffolder for a bit. Scaffolder and then uni. Weren't good actually, because obviously when I was in uni, I was like your body clock's a bit all over the place, like going to bed at like 4 a.m. So not ideal night before a game.
No. So obviously we were talking about the your family and everything and your work life sort of thing. So you're married and you have two children. How do you sort of work around that with the football? Did you ever think that you might need to take a step back, or did it just sort of come naturally?
Yeah, well, I've got 3 children now, mate. Got 3.
Yeah.
And no, to be honest, it's been all right. It's obviously with football, it is a big commitment. You've got obviously your work life, and then you've got Tuesday, Thursday nights, all day Saturday. So it is a big commitment. But no, it's been all right. Just sort of deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What days did you train for FC when you played for us?
Thursday. Yeah, Tuesday, Thursday nights. Yeah, it was at that place in Ardwick at first when I first joined, and then obviously moved to the ground once they got the ground.
Yeah. We were just discussing then, Greg. Did you have a song at FC?
I did, yeah. Magic Daniels.
Oh,
I can't remember because we were having this discussion before the podcast.
I know what it is, but I don't know the tune.
Oh.
You sing it the most. You got to remember it.
I probably did sing it a lot. Oh.
I'll be honest, I don't have a clue. My mind went completely blank when I was thinking about it.
It's Magic Daniels, is it that?
That's the one. That's the one.
It's
in my head. I knew it was in my head somewhere.
So, do you know when you heard the crowd singing that? For you personally, what was your sort of response to that?
It felt unbelievable.
Well, yeah, it's obviously nice, and they did sing it quite a lot, to be fair. But it's not one of them what used to carry on for for ages. It's kind of the used to then stop.
Sing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Starts.
Yeah. Other players had ones like
Jerome's was good.
Jerome's was a good one, yeah. Greaves's was a good one. And do you remember Matty Turney?
Rip Up Matty, that one.
Yeah, that was a good one. They used to sing that for hours, didn't they?
So that's a great. We still sing that now, even though we don't play or anything.
He only played about 10 games, I think. It was just a great song, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So there's some brilliant songs in there for FC, like some great.
Yeah. I used to like Oh, what was that one? Woke up this morning. That one.
Yeah, that's getting goosebumps.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking then, looking back on the season when we did win the league, you know, that last game against Workington, I think.
Yeah,
That were a brilliant day out as well. Do you remember that very well?
I do. Yeah. Well, my memory of that is a bit hazy, honestly, because I think we were all steaming by the time we got there. Just right there, because obviously we'd already won the league.
Yeah, we got battered.
Yeah, because it was them that we were sort of fighting for the league against. So that was good, sort of not rubbing it in the face, but we knew that if we didn't win the game before, that we'd have to go there and get a result, which would have been tough.
Oh, it's tough, really, which is
it was, and it was players like obviously the lads that had played a lot of the games, sort of me and Greavesy and Jerome and Brownie, we were all left out of that game. So, and
Brownhill broke his leg, didn't he? Or something.
Who did?
Liam Brownhill, didn't he? Oh, he were on crutches. I remember that game.
Was he? Right.
I can't remember what he did, but I know he were on crutches because he threw him on pitch when we won. When the final whistle went, I just remember him throwing him on pitch.
Yeah. No, so that was one of the only games where he told us the team sort of before Saturday.
Yeah.
He told us Thursday, so we sort of was like, right, get the beers in.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it. Well, I was on the bench, so I had to sort of not have too much, and I came on as well. But yeah, definitely enjoyed the day.
I'm just getting the flashbacks because there were a pub in Workington. There must have been about 1,000 FC fans all in one pub, and then I remember the team coach came as well.
Yeah, we went to it after, didn't we? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it was good. Nice weather as well.
Yeah, it was proper warm.
That were a belting day at that. But so sort of outside of football completely, do you have any other hobbies like do you like golf or fishing or anything like that?
You're a golf man, aren't you? I can tell.
I'm a golf and fishing. To be fair, I like them both.
Good gift.
But I've not been fishing that much recently. But yeah, playing golf on Saturday. But I play quite a lot, but I'm still awful. Can't get anything going.
I've never been good at it, to be fair.
No, I just go to driving range and smash.
Yeah, driving range and smash them over at fence.
Well, Rory Patterson wasn't a very big fan of fishing.
He had a bit of a rant about fishing, actually.
Rory, last week when we filmed with him, he said, it's boring, don't know anyone can do it.
Nah, it's good, mate. It's good pastime. Peaceful.
Yeah, I could imagine, to be fair. Especially for, not saying you're old, but for the older generation.
Yeah.
So yeah, are you one of the guys who sort of catches a fish and then stands over the pitch like that with it, or do you sort?
Big enough, mate. Got to, yeah.
2 hands sometimes even.
Push it towards the camera, make it look a bit bigger.
Put the 0.5 zoom on, so it's massive.
Have you got any holidays planned this year? Going away?
I've just got back from Barcelona yesterday because I'm getting married there in August.
Of course,
yeah. So, what's that?
You're getting married in Barcelona?
Yeah, getting married in Barcelona in August. Yeah, so just been over just to look at the venue and stuff. And
I think my invite must get lost in post, but
Yeah, it's on the way. You're not there yet?
No, it doesn't seem to be. No, I just checked the post this morning.
Right, yeah. So, so just a minute, and then it's. I think we're going to Turkey for honeymoon. So there you go.
Have you invited any of the XFC team to the wedding?
Yeah, so they're all coming on the stag do. And then
that's what you want to hear, isn't it?
Yeah, Linny's coming to the actual wedding because he did the same. He got married in Ireland, and he invited all the lads to his stag do. And I all went, but I couldn't go, so I actually went to the wedding. So we've invited him and his missus to our wedding as well.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Good to hear that. Good to hear.
Yeah, I think it's good now reminiscing as well to look back when we see because obviously that team, like I said, I think that was the best one we had, and it's an iconic sort of thing. And to me, that everyone in that team was a hero. I mean, your name's on my arm, do you know what I mean? So it's it is a big thing to see, but I also look back and I think it's good that these are all still so close as well, because it just shows that it was outside of the football as well. There were more passion than just on the pitch, which I think is really good to look for as well.
Yeah, that's like that. Like I said before, that's what won us the league, I think, in my opinion.
Definitely.
But we were all mates as well, so that gets you through tough games.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, you know how much I love Jerome, so I'm thinking of getting JW10 tattooed on my ass, but I don't think the mother's too keen on that idea.
Yeah. I think it was who was it? Liam Brownhill thought about getting my initials, so G on one bum cheek, D on the other.
Yeah.
So then when he bet, God.
You give me ideas. Yeah.
I love Liam Brown.
There's an idea.
It's sort of on the more like back burner sort of thing. Where did you, when you left FC United, what was the sort of thought process you were going through? Because obviously it was sort of just a lot of players sort of vanished at the same time. So what was your initial thought process when you first left?
So obviously I was sad to leave because I was enjoying it, but I don't know. I think I wanted to go traveling. I had traveling in my mind, and towards the end of that season, I was just sort of in and out of the team because it was bringing quite players in. So I thought now's the time, So I went, and then when I came back, I nearly signed back for FC. But it was just, to be honest, at that time, it was probably like a money thing. When I went to Ramsbottom, got offered quite a lot more money, and I thought I'd probably have a better chance of just playing and staying in that team.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really wanted to leave. I don't think anyone does. Want to leave FC, but just circumstances and
must have been awful.
Yeah. And the team did break up a bit as well, didn't it? Like that winning team.
It just kind of all crumbled, didn't it? Were you? I don't think you were playing when Margie got sacked or left.
No, I think just after I left, or maybe like 6 months after. Yeah.
And then Greaves obviously became the manager. Player manager.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of those things, in it. It's just football.
Yeah. Yeah. It's surprised when he got the sack, actually.
Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah.
There was a lot behind the scenes as well, though, weren't there, that were affected?
Yeah.
The results, because the results weren't bad, really. We weren't bottom at league. We were like,
it was more just mid-table, weren't it? We sort of, but
we were going to probably say, but it's just the behind the scenes that ended up Margie leaving.
Right. Yeah.
So we've come to an end now, Greg. So we'd like to thank you for coming on today. Wish you the best luck with your career, however long it may last.
No, thanks. It's been a pleasure. Cheers, boys.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. So we'll be back again soon with some more special guests. Thank you for watching. Our socials and everything will be down below, so make sure you check that out. Thank you. This song goes when you don't